Hey there film fans, and welcome to a brand new video review. Now, if you're a lot like me, you care about the quality of a franchise, and as such you also care about the continuing legacy of that franchise and the respect that certain franchises deserve, no matter how many reiterations of that franchise you may see. Unfortunately, and ironically, I see mostly in the world of Disney, especially, that several franchises, several translated into all, are used to generate cash. The life of the film and the life of what has been associated with that film is removed, and all for the sake of a paycheck. And I'm going to talk about a film that underwent such a transformation and has been horribly misrepresented over the past few years. I am talking, of course, of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, if you were a lot like me, growing up in the 80s, most as repressed, then you will have seen this movie as a child. For those of you who haven't, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why are you reviewing a kid's movie? That doesn't make any sense. Here's the thing, it's not a kid's movie. I just finished watching it just a couple days ago, thinking to myself, this will be great, I'll be able to, enjoy my childhood and everything else like that. I then found out why I'm such a twisted person. Let me give you a basic plot synopsis. You have a detective who used to be a detective and a lawyer for toons. A cartoon world exists within the human world, and the two stay separated as a result of several political problems and whatnot, and as a result of a personal loss to Eddie Valiant, who is the detective in this film. He has stopped defending toons, and he refuses to work with them anymore. After realizing that work isn't so easy to come by anymore, he reluctantly takes on a case involving a toon who has been accused of killing Marvin Acme, the head of Toontown. For those of you who are big Looney Tunes buffs, you may remember Acme as the name of every product that Wile E. Coyote used, to hilarious effect. Now, think to yourself already, okay, this movie is about a down-on-his-luck detective helping a cartoon character who apparently murdered someone, okay? Keep that in mind. And through a series of whodunit type of clues and investigations, the two characters, Eddie Valiant and Roger Rabbit, the toon who was accused of killing Acme, decide to start spending the rest of their time trying to clear his name, because it turns out that Roger Rabbit has been framed. Hence the title, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? There you have it, kind of a general plot synopsis of everything that goes on in this movie. Now, you may, again, be asking yourself, well, why are you talking about this film? This doesn't sound like anything very exceptional. But you're wrong! You see, here's the problem. For years, this movie has been reclassified to be a kid's movie. This is personified in an exemplary form by Toontown, located in Disneyland. For anybody who's been to Disneyland in the past 10 years knows what I'm talking about. Basically, there's an entire section of Disneyland dedicated to the whole cartoon side of Disney, and the most popular ride in there is a Roger Rabbit ride. It's the taxi cab something ride. I'm pretty sure it's called exactly that. It's a great ride, don't get me wrong, it's not anything like that. However, it is being advertised to children. Now, let me make something very clear. There is nothing kid-friendly about this movie. I'm now going to list for you several things that happen within the first 20 minutes of this film. An animated baby character swears 3 times with a New York-style accent and smokes a cigar. A down-on-his-luck detective turns to a bottle of whiskey to help him make it through another lonely evening. A rabbit needs to take a drink to get him to calm down, causing him to go on a drunken rage. And an animated, sultry singer has an orgasm while playing a game of patty cake. Now you tell me if that belongs on a list of things that you would find in a family-friendly film. This is not a kid's movie. It's plain and simple. It may say on the DVD package rated PG, but you gotta remember this predates the PG-13 rating. I guarantee you it would get one if it came out today. Well, then again, probably not, seeing as how you can have full frontal graphic nudity and heads exploding and still manage to slip by with the PG-13 because, it's from a liberal standpoint. Social commentary returns. So take it from me when I tell you, there is more to this movie than initially meets the eye. Don't let the happy-go-lucky box art convince you that, oh, this is a kid's movie and I don't want to bother watching this because it's probably going to be stupid, a bunch of cartoon characters running around the world. Trust me, you're missing out on a great film. And it really is a great film. And I'm not just saying that because it has cartoon characters in it and I'm a huge cartoon fan. It's nothing like that. And I'm not saying it for the sake of, well, it has to be good because it's different. Never will I justify a film in that way. This film stands on its own in a fantastic weave of story and plot lines that all work together. It is cookie cutter, okay? It's very simple from A to B without a whole lot going on in between. But it's a strong, easy to understand story. And sometimes you need that. It's good to have movies like Hard Candy that I talked about in my last review, but there are times when you need to have just a simple story to mess with and a simple story to enjoy. This movie provides that. Now, to talk about the technical side of things, you may have seen Space Jam. Good movie, fun movie. Not the best, and being a purist when it comes to the Looney Tunes, you know, it's definitely not an easy thing to do. And I guarantee you're in my shot right now at this very moment. Get out.
What time are you leaving?
9. I want to make something very clear. These interruptions are not scripted. Seriously. I have not planned on any of this stuff happening. And somehow, it continues and continues to occur. And I'm starting to lose my very tenuous grasp on reality. So getting back to my train of thought, in that movie, there was some great techniques done with animation. However, it was computer assisted. Now, I have a degree in visual effects and motion graphics, so it's not like I'm going to be the kind of person who's going to say computers ruin everything. But computers ruin everything. Let me explain why. Computers take away the life out of things. There is something that can be done with something physical or something that is hand done that just has more substance for whatever reason. It can be accomplished with a computer, but it's much more difficult to do, and I've yet to see it accomplished in a compelling way that really has me concerned about the characters. Case in point, ask me right now, did I care about Jar Jar Binks? The technical expertise that is displayed in this movie cannot be described with adjectives that are currently in existence. They are unbelievably good looking, which is totally short-selling this movie and my opinion of it. There is never a doubt in your mind that Bob Hoskins, who plays Eddie Valiant, is interacting with these cartoon characters and was really existing with them. And it was all done by hand. Everything in this movie predates computer integration, and as such, the appreciation that you get from it is so much more profound because things like lighting, shading, compositing, all had to be done frame by frame by some of the best animators in the world, and they pulled it off brilliantly. So if for no other reason, see this movie just to appreciate how it stands out as an art form. You cannot deny that you believe everything that is happening as real-world fantasies. So see it, enjoy it, love it. And now we move on to a rant. Bluetooth headsets. I hate these things. I can't stand these things. You see them everywhere. People are always wearing them, and they're always using them at the most inconvenient times. When you see somebody standing there in the middle of a street, just talking to themselves, what do you think about that person? My first thought, oh, schizophrenia. But no, then you walk around to their side, and guess what? Turns out they have one of these stupid things in their head. And it drives me crazy, because you cannot interact with a person in that kind of situation. You are stuck there just waiting for them to finish their call to this ghost person until eventually it all ends and they give a little two-tap and then all of a sudden they're out. It drives me nuts. Seriously, let me ask you a question. Is it not the rudest thing you have ever experienced when someone is coming to you for whatever, or you're expecting a conversation to happen with them, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. You know, I'm sorry, no, hang on, I got a call on here. I can't stand it. I mean, really, do you think that that is something that's socially acceptable? No, I didn't think so either. You know, it's just crazy, and I cannot stand it when I think someone is talking to me, and it turns out that they're talking to somebody on some stupid little piece of plastic in their ear, as if they're so freaking important that someone could call them at any time. It's unbelievable, rude. Please, people, knock it off. Allow social interaction to occur on a personal level. And I would be so appreciative. Alright, well, thanks for listening to that. I'm going to have to give you a call back. I got to finish up my review here. Thanks. Okay,